Hey everybody, this is Jeff Diak with Pyxis Lab. I wanted to share some information with you about a recent enhancement that we've made to the OXIPANEL platform for the industrial series of analyzers, and that's our standard OXIPANEL as well as the OXIPANEL Plus. As everybody knows, we have a very unique brushing flow reservoir on this design, which allows the sensor to be used in very challenging applications with a lot of suspended solids, oils, and greases. This is the actual replacement brush that comes with this unit, and this brush is a consumable. We typically anticipate about a 2-year lifespan of this brush before it needs to be replaced. We've recently made some design improvements to this brush head assembly itself, one of which is a more tenacious bristle, but also a dramatically increased quantity of bristles so that we have a more aggressive cleaning of the gold electrode in challenging applications. But thirdly, one of the most unique and important changes that we made to the brushing assembly is we've added a bevel to the brush itself, and the purpose for that is to allow users to extract the brush without having to disassemble and remove the flow assembly. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time demonstrating how that's done. This change was made about 6 months ago, and in our installation manuals there's a reference of serial number as to when this change occurred. If you happen to have an older Pyxis OXIPANEL design, you would have to change to the new brush in order to utilize it in a self-removable extraction method without having to disassemble. And the way in which that is done is with a new accessory called the brush extraction tool. It's a very low cost item that we developed, allowing the user to grab onto this brush without disassembling that flow reservoir. So I'm going to show you how that's done. The first step in doing that would be to isolate the panel from sample flow. And within the device itself, on the OXIPANEL Plus, we do have a flow interlock relay control, which allows you to actually physically turn off the brush itself. On this unit, we've used the clear acrylic head, which is an optional accessory for those that like to visually see the brush in action. So I can kind of demonstrate the removal and replacement process. Turn the water flow off and disengage the brush actuation. You want to basically remove your sensor. Of course, you're going to get some residual water. Pull the sensor out and allow it to drain. And then you take the extraction tool. You'll note the extraction tool has 2 ends. The end with the bevel edges are the ones you're going to be using to extract the brush. And you simply insert it into the tool, snap onto the brush, and extract the brush. Once the brush is out, you pull it through and you can remove the brush from the tool. Once you are ready to reinstall the brush, whether that be a new brush or a cleaning of the old brush, you want to flip the tool around to this opposite end, take the brush head and try to gently get it in there, trying not to capture too many bristles in the process. Get it into the tip, slide it in, allow the magnet to take over, and remove the tool. Brush head is now safely secured back to the magnet, which allows it to rotate freely against the electrode head. After you've completed that, take your ST765 sensor, reinstall it. Everything is watertight. You would valve your sample back on, come back to the activation flow interlock relay, turn it back on. You'll notice that it takes a bit of time to amp that motor back up and begin rotating. You should sit there and hear or observe, if you have the acrylic head, the rotation of the brush. It'll begin to build up its speed. Once you've done that, you can come back to the interface here and make sure that you put your device back into auto for flow interlock control. Now the device is in auto and it is tracking the operation of that brush and that sensor to the set point of the flow control of your inlet flow meter. I hope this was helpful, and keep an eye out for this new product on the 2025 pricing. Very affordable and can make your life a lot easier, trying to listen to the voice of the customer and make sure that we're not having to disassemble this unit just to replace the brush. Have a good day.